Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to another bookish video. Okay guys, it has been too long. Today I am finally bringing you another reading vlog. I am so excited about this. You guys know the reading vlogs are my absolute favourite thing to film, but over the last couple of weeks, few weeks or so, I have been slowly coming back out of a reading slump, and I wanted to just sort of read for myself, enjoy the books I was reading, not for any sort of like content basis, just so I could get back into the swing of reading and enjoy reading again, and I have definitely done that. I am in such a reading mood at the moment and I'm so excited about it. So today it is finally time to start a reading vlog. And as you guys tell from the title, today's reading vlog is dedicated to one book and one book only, and that is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. You guys know I've been meaning to read this for a long time. It's been on at least 3 of my TBRs. I'm currently borrowing this from my best friend, that's why it's all tabbed, and I've had it for like 3 months now because I just keep refusing to pick it up for one reason or another. But today is finally the day and I am so excited. I have heard such amazing things about this book, which slightly worries me because sometimes that means I'll go into it expecting more from it. But it is so many people's like favourite book of all time. It is so many people's favourite Colleen Hoover book, so I'm hoping I'm gonna love it. So I believe this one is a brother's best friend hate to lovers type book. I know that we follow Tate and Miles, and I think when they first meet they have like nothing in common. They do not like each other at all. The only thing they do have in common is this like absolute sexual burning desire for each other. So they start off as like friends with benefits, but not even really friends because I'm pretty sure they don't really like each other, and then that turns into something more, and then I'm assuming one of them at least is going to fall in love, and then there's going to be repercussions for that because it was never supposed to be anything more. That is all I know. I could even be wrong about that. I don't really want to know any more than that. I just want to go into this fairly blind and hopefully enjoy my time with it. I've heard that this one makes people sob, so we will see if it does that for me, because it does take a lot for a book to make me cry, so don't know how convinced I am that this one will. But yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be quite a quick read, probably over the course of like today and tomorrow maybe. And yeah, I'm just going to take you along with me while I read it. It is going to be a spoiler free vlog. I will obviously like speak vaguely about what's happening and my thoughts and feelings along the way, but I'm not going to give any big spoilers. So yeah, if you haven't read this book and you still want to read it, this vlog is still okay for you to watch. But without further ado, let's get into the reading vlog. I've been munching on Oreos while I read, so I'm really sorry if there's any like bits in my teeth right now, but I have gotten to page 64 of Ugly Love and oh my god, I'm obsessed. Like, I'm so hooked. I feel like this is going to be a new favourite for me in terms of romance because I've not read a romance in a long time that has hooked me this much from the start. We basically start following Tate, this young woman who is moving in with her brother in San Francisco while she goes and completes her master's in nursing. But when she arrives at the apartment, Corbin, her brother, is at work I believe, so she's supposed to just let herself into his apartment, but when she reaches his apartment there's this drunk guy slumped asleep against the door. So she phones her brother and she's like what do I do, please help me, sort of thing. So she keeps him on the phone while she tries to get into the apartment. The guy grabs her ankle, so she like slams the door on his wrist and then manages to get him out and shut the door. And then Corbin's like, oh my god, are you okay? And then he says like, let me just hang up for a second, I'll get my friend, my neighbour from across the road to come and like remove this guy and make sure you're okay. 2 seconds later she gets called back and he's like, Tate, can you do me a favour? So basically, obviously, his neighbour and friend is the guy who is slumped against the door outside drunk. So she helps him inside, sort of like looks after him and goes to sleep. And then when they wake up in the morning, he is like this surly guy who just does not seem to like her at all. And then we follow their story as it continues. She has an immediate attraction to this guy. She doesn't really like him. it's not really hate to love, I'd say, because they don't hate each other. There's just like this distance between them, and he's obviously like very closed off because of his past, which we don't know too much about yet. She is instantly attracted to him, like her body is on fire for him, and there is something in him that suggests he might be attracted to her too, but he's still keeping his distance. She finds it really difficult to read him. Now, we do have two perspectives in this book, so you would think that we would be able to read him and we'd know what was going on. However, his perspective is set 6 years earlier when he fell in love with this girl called Rachel, who it seems has wrecked him forever. Like, the relationship is this dark past that we don't know about yet. So I assume as the book goes on we will follow Tate in the present tense and Miles, the drunk best friend, in the past, which is really exciting to me. It is so frustrating not being able to get his side of the story right now and see how he really feels about Tate, but it's also going to be really interesting to see like what has made him the way he is. I feel like it's really going to round him out as a character and make all of his actions make sense. That is about as far as I've got so far. The only other thing I want to say that I absolutely love about this is that all the bits that he is talking about Rachel, Miles, if he's talking about the past, he's just in normal prose, but whenever he's talking about Rachel, he writes it in like poetry. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but like they turn into like lines on the middle of the page, and it's still like prose writing, but that's the way it is on the page, and it's because he says like she's like poetry or something. I love that. I think that is such a clever, interesting element, and yeah. And I think like their meet cute, how they meet, is like something I've never seen done like that before. I just absolutely loved it. It was funny, it was interesting. So yeah, I cannot wait to see how this book continues. Okay guys, I've just reached the 100 page mark and I'm obsessed. I love this book. I love it so much. I know I've only read 100 pages and I still have like 220 to go, but I cannot believe this is my first Colleen Hoover romance, because it is pretty clear from this book that Colleen Hoover knows what she's doing when it comes to romance. I am absolutely, fully and completely in love with Miles, and I think it's only going to get worse. Like, I feel emotional reading this because I'm already so attached to the characters, which again I think just shows how good a writer Colleen Hoover is. I just know, obviously from what people have said, from the title, this is not going to be a happy read. There are going to be tears, and I fully expect to shed them. They have basically just decided to enter into a like sexual relationship. They've said that there is no way there can be a future for them, but they're obviously both extremely attracted to each other, and they're just gonna have their cake for now, but it can never go any further than that. And obviously at the same time we're still getting more of the backstory about Miles and his first love, and again like all of his bits are still written in like verse. Well, not in verse, like the actual writing flows as like prose, but just like the way the lines are done, I actually can't remember what that's called right now and I'm looking like such a fool, but just the way that's done, I just think it's so beautiful. It also makes it incredibly quick to read. But the way he is with this first girl, Rachel, like you could just tell he's got so much love in him, he's got so much to give, and something about this girl and their experience has just broken him. Like, I was completely wrong about this being like a hate to love, like 100%. In the future we can tell he does want her, but he doesn't want to want her, and for some reason he is just not open to relationships or love of any kind, and that must be because of whatever he has gone through 6 years ago. And I'm really scared to find out what it is that's happened that has like broken him so much, and I'm really scared to find out what is going to happen for these two because I just want them to be happy. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be such a quick read and I don't know if I'm ready. Alright guys, I am officially halfway through Ugly Love, and let me tell you, if I didn't have plans tonight I would be finishing the whole thing today, but unfortunately I do. I am going to see my friend for a couple of casual drinks tonight at her house and a catch up, but you best believe tomorrow I will be starting bright and early and finishing this book because I honestly just cannot stop reading it. I think I've heard people say it before, but Colleen Hoover's writing really does just flow. Like, you just turn page after page and get completely sucked into these characters' lives. I am continuing to absolutely adore Miles, and more the more we learn about him and his past. This whole story has me so conflicted because from the outset, obviously Miles is saying this can only be sex and that's all it's going to be. There is no future for them. But from the very beginning, it is clear that Tate already is beginning to develop feelings, and those just start to get stronger and stronger, and she keeps telling herself, like, this is going to be okay, I can deal with it, maybe he'll change, maybe I will change his opinions. And silently, I am screaming at her to not do this to herself because it can only end in tears. But then I'm also thinking, if it was me in this situation, I would go along with it as well because I wouldn't want to miss out on this time with Miles. So yeah, it's very conflicting, but I really do feel like this is going to be a new favourite romance. Those first 160 pages have just flown by and I've just been like completely absorbed in this book, and I feel like I don't often get this caught up in a romance, but for this one I just have all the feels. Like, I feel emotional already and nothing's even like that sad happened yet. But I know it's going to get worse and I'm not ready. I am just not ready. Okay guys, it is the next day and it is time to finish this book. Wish me luck. Okay guys, so I officially have 100 pages left of Ugly Love and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I really have absolutely no idea how this is gonna end. Like, I don't know Colleen Hoover romance, so I don't know if she has happy endings or if she has like somewhat happy endings or if this is just going to be a horrible ending. I've obviously already explained that in the past we're hearing more and more about what happened with Miles with his first love, and that is like slowly coming to like a climax, I guess. But I have absolutely no idea what the end of that story is going to be. Like, I don't know what it is that's going to be. I have theories, but I really don't know what it is that's going to like ruin him for all love, and I don't know if he's going to be open to loving again at the end. So yeah, I'm slightly concerned. I haven't cried yet, but then I have heard that the last like 50 pages or last few chapters or so are the ones that are like the most emotional. So I feel like the next 100 pages could be a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. I'm just so invested in these characters, it's unbelievable, and I care so much about them. I care so much about their feelings and what is going to happen to them, and I just feel like this is probably going to break me. So yeah, I think I'm just going to settle down just now and read the last 100 pages, and I guess we'll see what sort of state I'm in at the end of that. Alright guys, so I've officially finished Ugly Love and I sobbed. This book broke me, but in the best ways. I think this is one of the most emotional romance books I've ever read, and it just proved to me how much of a good writer Colleen Hoover is. There were some really simple lines in this towards the end that just got me, like sobs were like catching in the back of my throat, and there were such simple things that I just feel like some authors wouldn't think to say, or like some bits of dialogue that just meant so much more because of the way that she'd fed those lines in throughout the book. I don't know, it's hard to explain without have given you any spoilers, because I did say this was going to be a spoiler-free vlog, but all you need to know is that I absolutely adored this book. 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely incredible, probably my new all-time favourite romance, and it just makes me want to read all of her romances so much now, because this was just beautiful. Like, it was so perfectly paced, both of the perspectives were amazing, the characterisation, the description, the dialogue, honestly everything about this book was just perfect. I wouldn't change a thing about it, and I feel like I'm gonna have like a serious book hangover with this one, because I just feel so emotional. Like, having finished it and like going through this little journey with these characters that I was so heavily invested in. Oh, I'm just in awe of Colleen Hoover right now. Like, I totally understand why this is so many people's favourite book. It's definitely my favourite romance of all time. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm going to put that out there. It 100% is. I'm going to be thinking about this for weeks, months, years to come. I will probably need to buy my own copy because, like I said, this is my best friend's and I just adored it. So yeah, I need to own it. I just need to own it. And I need to own all of her other books. Like, just watch me in the next couple of months work my way through all of Colleen Hoover's books, because if they're anything like this one, they will be amazing. But yeah, I guess that will bring this reading vlog to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you're happy to see the reading vlogs back. I do plan to go back to weekly reading vlogs soon, but I'll obviously always do some little special ones as well, like this. But if you did make it to the end of this video, then just go ahead and pop the blue love heart in the comments for ugly love. What other emoji would we use, just to let me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you enjoyed your time here. As always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more bookish content from me, comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all and I will see you in my next one.